Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Brace Life Interactive session for week 4. I'm sure everybody's excited that we're moving so fast. So we've done week 1 through week 2, 3, and we're doing week 4 today. So today we have adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution. We've done production, we've done processing, and now we're in distribution and logistics. Today we have two wonderful people that will be talking to us about this topic, and for all of the questions we have already from maybe studying from the portal and all that, today is the opportunity for us to ask all of those questions. But before we continue, we'll quickly establish agenda for today. Introduction, we'll have the about AFC, and then we'll have the membership drive, we'll have participant sharing session, and then we'll have the speaker's presentation, after which we'll go into unveiling top scholars for the week, and then the portal walkthrough, and we will close. So quickly, let us quickly introduce ourselves and then tell us your name, your country, and then the agribusiness that you operate, as well as tell us how you feel about today. Use an emoji to tell us how you are feeling about mitigation and adaptation strategies in logistics and distribution. So quickly about AFC. At AFC, we believe, in fact, as a matter of fact, I want everybody to be echoing this with me when I say it, right? Because we are supposed to all be used to it right now. We've always done this together. So at AFC, we believe that small and medium-sized enterprises are the lifeblood of the food ecosystem in Africa. These enterprises are driven by visionary, dynamic and innovative entrepreneurs who operate as primary producers, aggregators, processors, distributors, finance and technology providers, chefs, cooks, consultants, and innovators. We call them change makers. And then we also understand that these change makers are faced with the devastating impacts of climate change, global and local risks and shocks, macro and microeconomic challenges. These entrepreneurs need funding, training, visibility, market linkages, and a community of support to successfully scale their businesses. Through the Africa Food Change Makers Hub, we enable African entrepreneurs to start and scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that nourish Africa and the world at large. So what we do is by community, by data and opportunities, visibility and recognition, as well as learnings and trainings. So quickly, we'll go into the membership drive. At African Food Change Makers, we have always stated that we're just not doing the BRACE program here. We have a whole lot of other things that we do. And then one of the very important things we have in African Food Change Makers is the membership community. And then I'll be inviting one of our colleagues at African Food Change Makers to tell us about the membership community. Thank you so much. Hi, Sylvester. Are you on the call?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Sylvester. If you are speaking, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Please confirm you can hear me.
We still cannot hear you.
Yes, Sylvester, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, all right.
You're not in the different room. Okay,
Patience, can you hear? Can you hear me, Patience?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Can I go ahead? Can you hear me?
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on today's session. So for today, I will be speaking directly to those who are not yet part of our community, those who are not yet our members. And for those who are our members, I would like you to indicate in the chat box by typing, "I am a change maker," or react with your favorite emoji. Okay, so very quickly, at African Food Change Makers, we provide opportunities for African agri SMEs to scale up their agri business. We provide access and strengthen and scale your agribusiness. We prepare your business to enter new African and global markets. We also have various opportunities ranging from funding, data, events, and many other opportunities that you would have access to scale up your business. And we also have a vibrant community of members from across the world. So we have a community where you can come in, interact with different kind of people of different value chains, and you can showcase your business and every other thing. And speaking of showcasing business, we have a marketplace where you come in and buy and sell your product to everyone across the world. So we also have global market linkage, and we enhance visibility and promote members, agri members on our social media platforms, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, and many other social platforms. So we just select a particular agripreneur and we spotlight the person on our social media channels. So we also give you access to resource hubs. We have a hub, like I said before, where we upload resources ranging from grants, opportunities, funding opportunities, to events, to data and every other thing. So these are a few out of the many opportunities and many benefits you get to you get to have when you join or become a member of our community. So next slide, please. Patience, can you move to the next slide if you can hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So let me run you through quickly on how to join our community or how to become a member of our community. So first, you would want to pick up your smart device, either your phone or your laptop or your tablet, and type in www.afchub.org on your internet or your browser, whichever one you will be using, either Chrome or Edge or the other various internet providers, browsers that we have. So you click on join the community icon on the homepage. It is there boldly written on the homepage. So you just have to click on join the community, and then it takes you to a next page where you have a drop down of questions that you have to answer. And then you have to answer these questions correctly and appropriately. So this helps us to streamline the kind of opportunities we'll be sending down to you. So once you're done filling out the questions, when you're done answering the questions, ensure that you click the submit button at the end, at the bottom right of the page. Make sure you click the submit button, because sometimes a lot of people fill the answers and then you forget to submit and it won't take you to the next page. So please don't forget to click the submit button at the end of the page. And once you're done with that, you would get a verification email that yes, you have successfully registered to become our member. But your confirmation takes 24 to 48 hours. And once you receive that, you can go back to the homepage and click on the login, which would be at the top right of the website. You click on login, then you enter your email address and the password that you specifically picked for your login details. And there you have your dashboard and you can access the many opportunities that we have for you. Now, to the three main things, to the three main characters, the three main criteria for you to become our member. First, you have to own or work as a top management for an agribusiness. Secondly, the agribusiness that you work or own must be in existence for at least 6 months before you can be able to join or become a member of our community. And lastly, the third, you have to have social media presence. We all know that social media is the key these days. Anything you're doing, whether you're selling, you're buying, a content creator, social media helps boost everything. So you have to have a social media presence for you to become our member. So thank you very much. We'll be looking forward to having you join our community, and we'll be welcoming you as soon as you join our community. So click on the link that will be dropped in the chat box to start your registration today. Thank you very much. Over to you, Patience.
Oh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sylvester. Thank you so much. So please, if you are yet to join the African Food Chainmakers Community Hub, please click to join. So this is oh, sorry, we're not speakers yet. I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, so what is your key takeaway from Module 4? I know that a lot of us have gone through Module 4 in the portal because we have top scholars. It means that people have gone through Module 4. So if you've gone through Module 4 and you have like a key takeaway you want to share with us from the module, this is your opportunity to share. And then please raise your hand. We'll ask you to unmute and share with us. Onoha Okocha and Mrs. Simbogile, I hope you want to share key takeaways. Please, if you don't want to share key takeaways, please lower your hand. We'll have time for Q&A, and then we'll ask you to, ask your questions that time. But if you want to share key takeaways, please raise your hand, and we'll tell you to unmute and share with us. All right. Okay, so I'm still seeing Onoha Kocha. Please go ahead. I'm asking you to unmute and please share with us.
All right. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's my pleasure once again to be at this live interactive session. I'm Dr. Onoha Okucha. I'm a lecturer. I'm an animal scientist. I'm a lecturer. I'm a researcher. I'm a trainer, and I'm also a farmer, a livestock farmer, precisely. Since I enjoyed this training, I tell you, it's been a turning point for me. Particularly this model that we're about sharing now, because I'm so much into training, more or less into training. I train a lot of farmers. I have a Doxin. I'm the CEO of Doxin Agricultural Resource. And from there, I liaise with other extension agents and then train a lot of farmers within Enugu State, Nigeria. So now this model, I've learned so much about efficient, climate smart, and climate resilient strategies to use to distribute your products, process your products, and so many other things. So in terms of logistics, I mitigate a lot of mitigation strategies, a lot of adaptation strategies that were, explained very well in the model. Have actually opened my eyes as to my farm. I'm applying them. I'm trying to, acquire resources to actually, just few resources to actually put it in a way that my farm, I can optimize what I have within me. And then, of course, I'm also, I've gone deeper in preparing training materials that will also use to extend to my farmers. So it's a great opportunity for me. I usually look forward to this live interactive session. I have enjoyed the model training. The model, I did well in it, and then I've just been patiently waiting to also hear from these key resource persons that are coming to also, give their own best today, as I'm hoping. So it's my pleasure being here, and look forward towards an awesome time within the next 2 hours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with us. So, Mrs. Simbogile, please, I'm asking you to unmute and speak.
Thank you, my sister Patience, and thank you for the amazing work that you're doing. I know your patience is you actually live in your word. I'm actually wearing 2 hats. I'm a farmer in the inner city of Johannesburg on the rooftop where we're growing food on the rooftop. Now we have ventured into having access to market by setting up a market at the Johannesburg Fresh Produce Market, which is the biggest market in Africa. And when we were looking at Module 4, it was actually talking to us on the side of distribution. And I've really learned a lot. And thank you to my brother who shared Module 4, because now we are looking at the value chain And we've been given an opportunity now to actually move to another province to set up a market. And these are the things that we are going to implement because it's a new market. Where we are currently, it's an existing market. It's been there for over 100 years. But now we've been given an opportunity to set up in Mpumalanga, which is a new market. And we want to look at adaptation and mitigation strategies that have been shared in Module 4 and implement it from the beginning, because we'll be starting there in July, end of July. So we really appreciate being part of the African change makers. Then my other question was on the previous membership presentation that was done. I wanted to check because my business for farming, it's a different company. And then my business the one for farming is called Mcebo Unlimited Wealth. Mcebo in Zulu means wealth. And then the one for the access to market, which is now an agency, it's actually Green Tree. So it means when I join the membership, I need to have two registrations on the platform. Because currently I'm registered as a farming enterprise doing the production. Now we are in the agency, which is the distribution side. So I wanted to get clarity. Do I open two companies? Or can I just continue with my profile that's on the system currently under Mcebo? Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. And then for your question, Sylvester, do you want to answer the question? Hi, Sylvester. Sylvester, are you on the call? I should go ahead. Okay. So for your question, I see that Sylvester is not available at the moment. So for your question, you really do not have to use the two businesses that you have because you are the same person, and we just needed to be sure that you are a registered entity and all that. Oh, Ebere, please. That's the membership coordinator. I will to oblige her. Please go ahead, Ebere.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to unmute. I realized that it was an issue. Okay, yes. So you can register both companies, but the second company you would want to register needs to be under the name of one of your senior executives. Okay, so it could be any member of your senior executives or directors, right? So the thing is that you cannot register with the same email address and same personal ID or personal name. Okay, I don't know if you understand that. So you can register the second company, but under the name of another senior person in that company.
Thank you, my sister Ebere. If I give clarity on this one, the Mcebo Unlimited Wealth has got its own email address, its own portfolio, its own website. And then Green Tree Agency, same thing. It's got its own profile, own email address, own website. So then the emails will go to different entities. So I wanted to check because this other one, it's more on distribution within the value chain. Then the other one is on production within the value chain. So I wanted to check because I'm the 100% shareholder on both of them.
Oh, interesting. But don't you have say a manager or an executive director or a senior person after you?
It's a manager that we are going to appoint. He's not yet taken the appointment letter. So maybe when he's taken the appointment letter, because I wanted to check to be on the app, because these are two independent companies.
So because there are two independent companies, you are welcome to register both.
All right then. Thank you, Ebere.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Ebere. Thanks for clarifying. Thank you so much. All right, quickly, I see there's two hands raised, so quickly we'll go to the speaker's presentation so that we don't keep our speakers waiting. So for the first speaker for today, we have Michael Akinsete. He is the co-founder and chief marketing officer at Ecotutu, a clean tech company enabling businesses in the agriculture and health value chain to have access to affordable solar-powered cold storage solutions. Since 2015, he has supervised the commercialization and expansion of 4 technology-driven solutions in the emerging markets and has a proven record of leveraging lean approaches to addressing social and environmental issues. Prior to Ecotutu, Michael leads the close-knit team of rock stars at Mavs Canvas, a full-service digital agency that facilitates access for small and medium-sized businesses to digital branding and marketing services, such as website design and digital marketing. In 2016, he was an editor of the Young Climate Heroes book that have helped 7,000 plus students understand the basis of climate change and sustainability using story across Nigeria. Michael holds a Bachelor of Technology in Urban and Regional Planning from the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and a graduate of the Y Combinator Startup School. His efforts have been recognized by local and international organizations, including African Development Bank, African VS Virus, Top 20 Fellow, Copacer Entrepreneur, Canva Brands Award, Orange Corners Innovation Fund OCIF winner, Africa Climate KIC Innovator, is a mighty man of the Cave Adulam Network and recently a 2022 Unleash Fellow. Let's give it up in the comment section for Michael Akinsete as he takes over the virtual podium. Hi, Michael. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, patients. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay. I get overwhelmed whenever my bio is being read sometimes. And then with just listening, I feel like, okay, there's some updates that I need to do to it. But good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here once again. Amaka was on my case saying you have to be on this. And I'm happy to be here. Today I have been instructed and directed by the AFC team to speak on, just like the last time, the fourth module in the program, which is about adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution for agri-produce, especially fresh commodities, or even for agribusinesses generally, regardless of the kind of produce that you deal in. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Awesome. All right, so I'll just quickly share my screen so that we can get into it. I have a very short presentation. I hope that by the end of it, you would have gotten insights alongside what you have learned from the week 4 module. Yeah. So I'm trying to do this to make sure that it's full screen. Aha. Can we all see my screen?
Yes, please, we can see your screen.
Awesome. Good afternoon once again. My name is Michael Akinshete, co-founder Ecotutu, where we provide unhindered access to solar-powered cooling solutions for smallholder farmers and other players across the value chain. We've been in this business for a little over 5 years now. We have affected over 4,000 farmers and agribusinesses all put together. And we're looking to, further expand. I'm already seeing hand raised already. But I would say let's maybe note that question or somewhere, and then by the time I'm done with my presentation, I can take everything together. Today, I'm speaking on adaptation and mitigation strategies in logistics and distribution, for food businesses. And it is a very apt topic. It is something that every actor within the food value chain needs to pay attention to, because it speaks to the most pertinent part of your business, which is your bottom line, right? Apart from impact, apart from passion, you are in business to make money, right? And if you don't mitigate or, adapt to climate actions around you as it affects your business, then you will not be able to maximize, you know, um, your effort or your harvest, as may be the case. The next page, obviously, this is all the things that patients had read earlier, so no need, right? My case study is always Nigeria. By extension, because of the nature of our climate in sub-Saharan Africa, typically whatever happens in one country can be found in other countries, right? When you go to the east, there is there a bit of difference as you go to the different whether east, south, or west, right? But generally the same things apply, right? Increased temperatures and heat, erratic rainfall and flooding, environmental degradation. In our own local parlance, we have Harmattan towards the end of the year and in the early part of the year. And that's like the driest time of the year, right? And all of this are climate realities in Nigeria that affect, agricultural output. Some of the impacts that it has include, post-harvest losses of, agricultural produce, whether it's tomato, whether it's fruit and vegetables, cucumber, carrots, whatever it is that you as a producer or as an aggregator or even as a processor use as your raw material to make your products, right? Um, you then have to look at, as a business owner, all the different components of your process. There's the food value chain starts from production at the point of harvest, right? Uh, through transportation, through storage, distribution, which still includes a bit of transportation in that on that leg. And then if it's going into processing, it's going into processing, or then it's going to the table of the final consumer fresh, right? And your ability to ensure that you maximize every leg of that value chain, ensuring that you have minimal waste, ensuring that you are able to mitigate against these climate realities, the better it will be for your business, the better a business you'll be able to build in agriculture. Now, before I go forward, I want to quickly define adaptation and mitigation, because some people they use it interchangeably, but they mean different things, right? Adaptation means anticipating the adverse effect of climate change and taking appropriate action to prevent or minimize the damage they can cause, or taking advantage of opportunities that may arise. So in the case of adaptation, the climate change has already occurred. We are already seeing the impact, or the drought has happened, or there's nothing you can do, right? Now you'd have to, oh, we are in the era of climate change. How can I, despite climate change, move my business forward? How can I, despite the negative impact of this phenomenon, ensure that my business continues to scale, right? And then the things that you then do now becomes the adaptation strategy in that regard. Now, for mitigation, it means making the impact of climate change less severe. So it's already impacting you. So how do you ameliorate, which is another word for mitigate? How do you reduce the impact, right? How do you reduce uh, greenhouse gases from getting emitted into the atmosphere? What are the things that you're doing to ensure that, okay, climate change does not affect you as much? So that is different. Adapting means it's the situation already, it's already on ground, and you are building solutions that help you to adapt. Mitigation means that you are reducing the impact, right? So for some people, what will apply to you would be the adaptation strategy. For some others, what would apply would be the mitigation strategy. Move forward. So, I'm going to, go over this by using case studies and local case studies. In Nigeria, for example, there's a state called Kebbi State, right? And it is popular for the production of rice. Lagos State uh, currently has a partnership in place. The government of Lagos State and the government of Kebbi State have a partnership in place that produces rice that is called lake rice every year, and so that subsidized prices across the nation, right? Especially in Lagos. Now, the climate challenge that is majorly faced in this area of Kebbi State is flooding. Every year, it is recorded that the flooding in that area is massive, and this flooding has such an adverse effect on their farmland. Rice does not need, even though it grows in swampy areas, it does not need too much water still, right? Now, uh, some of the strategies and solutions that, even however crude, that has been put in place to adapt to this. Oh, okay, we know that flooding happens every year. So how do we adapt? Right? It's as simple as elevated storage spaces. So they have silos that are constructed and raised above the level of the flooding, right? I mean, over the years they've taken stock of, oh, this is how high or this is how deep the water gets. This is how high it rises. So we can build storage solutions that are out of range of the flooding, right? Another way to adapt is during the flooding, there's practically no road. So the produce or their products are being transported using boats, right? Adaptation strategy. Now, what this does essentially is that it reduces post-harvest losses, which in turn then means that they are able to maximize profit on their harvest. They don't lose much of their harvest, so they don't lose much revenue, right? So all of these things that you are building your business, you have to uh, start to think about it. What are the climate issues that I am exposed to in the growing of my okra, in the growing of my maize, in the growing of my vegetables, whatever it is, in the process of processing tomato into paste. What climate issues will I be bedeviled with, and how do I adapt to ensure that I can then, you know, uh, ensure that I do not bear too much of a grunt, right? The second one, which is more applicable to perishables, and which is the angle from which Eco22 is tackling the problem, is the provision of cold chain solutions. Now, this is an adaptation strategy also, and it's targeted towards, the challenge in this case is perishable goods, and also the fact that in sub-Saharan Africa, up to 50% of this sort of produce go to waste post-harvest. Now, this post-harvest losses starts from the point of harvest, right? From the point of harvest, poor post-harvest handling, lack of storage infrastructure such as cold rooms or cold logistics trucks, right? Not being available leads to our farmers on the average losing 40% to 45 to 50% of the produce. Now, the solution that we deployed at Eco22 and to help smallholder farmers and players within that sector to adapt to this situation is by deploying solar-powered cold storage solutions, right? We go to the farm gates where the smallholder farmers are, where they typically do not even have access to electricity and bad roads and what have you. And we get the buy-in of these communities, these farming clusters, and typically deploy the solution to them, right, on a cooling as a service basis. That way, as soon as they are harvesting, their produce is being sorted and put in a place that keeps it safe, giving them a buffer to then source for buyers or off-takers that would take up the produce from them. And then it also helps them to be able to negotiate better pricing, because one of the effects of the extreme heat and the post-harvest losses caused by climate change on them is that they have to then rush, they have to sell in a rush. And this gives them a low bargaining power, because obviously the off-taker knows that if you don't sell to me and you hold on to your produce without storage infrastructure in place, you lose all your produce. And so that reality is always on the part of the producer to say, oh, I want to sell this off quickly so that I don't lose, right? But with provision of solutions like solar powered cold storage for areas where they are not connected to the grid, as well as proper handling materials using crates instead of raffia baskets, instead of sacks, right? And also using cooling trucks to do transportation. Now, the impact that that has is post-harvest losses is reduced massively. In fact, from the likely 50% to about 10%, right? And then farmers, producers, aggregators, and actors along the value chain can then maximize their incomes, right? Which gives them further incentive to go back to the farm and produce again, because the infrastructure, the strategies to adapt exist. Now those are the two case studies I would speak on when it comes to adaptation. Now, when it comes to mitigation, right? Uh, I decided to go more on the last mile logistics bit, right? This is more on the front of processed food, fresh food like parfait, like fresh vegetables also, but sold mostly to the end consumer, right? In delivering, if you run businesses that do delivery of this sort of produce, you have challenges. I mean, climate change is it's basically an ultra hot weather in this time of the year, or when it's raining much more than we envisage, or it's not even raining at all, and then the weather is all hot and the heat is affecting the produce and all of that. And if you sell products like salad, products like parfait, or even if it's fresh meat or fish, you want to ensure that it gets to your customer fresh. And in this age of online, of e-commerce, and being able to, at the press of a button, order fresh food from wherever you are to get to you where you are, it's important that those that offer this value are able to deliver it in the most optimum condition, right? Some of the challenges that they face is traffic congestion, right? Value delivery. By the time, I mean, there was one of the things that inspired us at Equity to create cooler bags was the fact that I ordered frozen yogurt at some point, and before it got to me, everything had thawed and it didn't feel like yogurt anymore, right? So I didn't get value in that delivery and the food went to waste. So preventing and mitigating for agribusinesses against this sort of things is why solutions such as on-the-go cooling solutions or electric motorbikes or even CNG vehicles. In this way, what this also helps you to do is it reduce the amount of emission into the atmosphere. With electric bikes, there is no carbon emission that you get from vehicles, even if they are caught in traffic. The same thing for CNG vehicles. So you have to start to look at how to apply these new technologies that are more eco-friendly, that are climate smart to your businesses in a bid to reduce emission and ensure efficient delivery. I think I've spent over the 15 minutes, right? But those are some of the examples and some of the strategies that I can share with you today. I would now leave the floor open to questions, to field questions, and I can answer them. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for sharing all of those insights, especially the way you have, differentiated between adaptation and mitigation, as well as giving us solutions for both adaptation and mitigation. But before we take the question and answer, please let's have the second speaker go through a session, after which we'll now take all of the questions together so that we're able to manage our time properly. So quickly, I would like to share my screen again. And okay. Okay, so for our next speaker for today, we have Tabi Yerima. And one of the very exciting things is that she is a Brace alumni. Yeah. So Tabi Yerima is the CEO and the founder and CEO for Tabi Green. She's an agricultural economist and Brace alumni with a strong commitment to enhancing food security, promoting sustainable agriculture, and driving rural development across Africa. With over 3 years of professional experience, Tabil blends academic expertise, entrepreneurial initiative, and grassroots engagement to lead impactful agricultural initiatives that empower farmers and strengthen food systems. As the founder and CEO of Tasia Grain, Tabil oversees the sourcing and supply of high-quality maize, millets, rice, beans, Benny seed, and agricultural byproducts. Our works foster sustainable market linkages, stabilizes farmer incomes, and reduces post-harvest losses. She also led the baseline survey for the Strengthening Farmers-Led Innovation Project, engaging 120 rural households to evaluate food security levels and farming practices. Tabil has designed and implemented training programs focused on post-harvest management and climate-smart agricultural practices initiative that have improved productivity and market access for smallholder farmers. As a published researcher, he has co-authored peer-reviewed studies on food security, poverty alleviation, and post-harvest loss reduction, transforming data into scalable, evidence-based interventions. She holds an MSc in agricultural economics from Landmark University and a postgraduate diploma in project and facility management. Proficient in data analysis, Stabil applies quantitative and qualitative tools to evaluate complex agricultural challenges and inform strategic decision making. So with a rousing ovation in the comment section, let us welcome Tabil Yerima to the virtual podium. And the fact that she was also a praise participant, just like some of us here. So let us welcome Tabi Yerima to the virtual stage. Hi, Tabi. Good afternoon. Hi, Tabi. I hope she's able to unmute herself. I cannot hear Tabi at all. Okay. Hi, Tabi. I'm asking you to unmute. Can you unmute and speak?
Hello, good evening, patients.
Oh, good evening. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please, so I'm leaving this to you. Go ahead, Mom.
Okay. Hello, good evening, patients, and good evening, everybody. My name is Tibil Yerima. I'm the CEO of Tasia Grains, where we source, store, and supply premium maize, millets, sorghum, benny seeds, and agri byproducts to customers across Nigeria. Can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, Tabia.
Okay. So let me try sharing my screen.
So, Tabi, can you share your screen now? Are you able to
Okay,
share? Oh, yes,
I'm trying
please.
to do that. I'm trying to do that. Yeah.
Hi, Tabi. Are
Hello.
you having issues sharing your screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Can
I
I send
don't
you
mind
my
sharing it.
slide?
Yes, please share. Send it, then I can share from my
Oh,
end.
hello. So have you received it?
Okay, so you sent via email, right?
No, I sent it to you
Okay.
via the chat here
Oh,
on Zoom.
on the chat here.
Yes.
Okay, I'll check now. I'm not. Please, can you just forward it to the email or send it to Amaka's WhatsApp? I'm not seeing it on the chat here.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay.
So please give me a second to download it. Sorry, I'm trying to download it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tibil Yarima. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm happy to be sharing on adaptation and mitigation in agricultural logistics and distribution. Next slide, please. So I would like to take us back to agricultural value chain and logistics. So the value chain includes all stages right from input and production through processing, storage, transportation, and distribution to consumers. And what role does logistics play in all this? So logistics involves transport, storage, and handling, and it's the link that unite the farmer's product or the producer's commodity to market. And logistics and distribution are the circulatory system of the entire value chain that ensures that produce is moved efficiently from farm to fork. Therefore, efficient logistics is vital in order to minimize post-harvest losses, ensure timely delivery of produces and commodities, increase profit, and contribute to food security. Next slide, please. So what are some of the challenges affecting agricultural logistics and distribution? One of the challenges affecting climate challenges affecting agricultural logistics and distribution is infrastructural damage. Extreme weather such as storms, flood, heavy rain can destroy roads and means of transportation. For instance, the flood that happened in South Africa in February this year halted transportation of both humans and goods and services. And this flood destroyed a lot of roads, bridges, and other transportation infrastructures. Then another effect of climate change is transportation delay. Due to heavy storms and flood, just like the one that happened in South Africa this year in February, a lot of trucks were the movement of trucks were stopped, movement of people were delayed, and we all know that agricultural produce are very sensitive to temperature changes and adverse weather effects. So any delay can lead to the produce or the commodity spoilage. Then another climate challenge is rising the spoilage risks. Due to rising temperatures and humidity, it shortens the shelf life of commodities, and these are majorly perishables. So perishables are known to have very short lifespan. So any change or adverse weather effect, it affects the shelf life of those perishable commodities. Climate change also affects production variability. Unpredictable rainfall, drought can alter planting and harvesting season and schedules, making the supply volume very erratic. And this has a significant impact on both agricultural productivity and the incomes of stakeholders in the agricultural value chain. And all these challenges create a ripple effect in the logistics and distributions of all these commodities, because this climate shocks can lead to stalled trucks, which in turn can lead to the spoilage of goods and commodities. So in general, climate change hits agricultural logistics in two ways. It can either be physical, that's through the damage of infrastructures and supply network, or operational, that's leading to erratic harvest, and it can also delay transportation. Next slide, please. So what then is mitigation? Mitigation are actions or processes that reduce gas emissions from logistics and distribution. Adaptations are also actions or processes that adjust the logistics system to cope with climate impact. Adaptation is making your supply chain bulletproof against climate shocks. For example, building flood-resilient warehousing, diversifying transport routes, or improving cold storage to handle higher temperature. So why do we need both mitigation and adaptation strategies? The agricultural supply chain is both a victim of climate change and also a contributor of climate change. In the year 2013, globally, logistics accounted for over 7% of the total greenhouse gas emission. Therefore, logistics and distribution is also a contributor to this adverse climate change we are witnessing globally. So we must adapt our distribution network to withstand the heat, drought, and storm. And at the same time, we must mitigate by cutting the emissions from our transportation and our distribution channels. Next slide, please. So what are some of the adaptation strategies that we can adopt as stakeholders in the agricultural value chain? The first one is climate resilient storage. So we can install near farm solar or electric cold room that can keep our produce or our commodities fresh in remote areas. We can also use mobile solar power, we can also use the mobile solar cold rooms in transporting our agricultural commodity from one point to another. We can also alternate the transport modes just to shorten or diversify our routes. We can also Hello, can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So we can also alternate transport modes. So instead of using instead of transporting our commodities via road, you can think of other means of transportation available in your area. You can either think of using rails or rivers, or we can think of using smaller vehicles, depending on which one fits your
Hi, Tabu. If you're still speaking, we cannot hear you. Go.
Hello?
Yes,
Can you
please
all hear
go.
me?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you for some moments, but we can hear you now.
Okay. So some of the climate resilient adaptation strategies we can adopt are the use of climate resilient storage, like cold chain storage or cold chain infrastructures, either near farm or mobile cold chain storage, like the mobile coolers that can be used in transporting our agricultural commodities from one point to another. We can either shorten or diversify our routes. We can also think about using alternative means of transport. We can also use digital coordination, use of apps, sensors, or we can use apps or sensors. And some of the apps that we can use is in Nigeria is the Digital Climate Advisory Service. It sends hyperlocal weather alerts via mobile phones to farmers and transporters. Another app that sends local weather data is Hello Tractor, although it's configured in their tractors. So you can use those information to plan around your logistics and distribution. Then we can also take advantage of flexible aggregation. There's room for collaboration. If you know farmers around you doing the same thing, instead of one farmer hiring a truck for just his agricultural commodity, they can make use of shared trucking system. That works too. We can encourage community warehousing, building of micro aggregation hubs, or we can share facilities like cold room, packing centers. This helps in reducing the burden that a farmer bears alone. So when you are sharing it with other farmers around you, discover that the burden is less on a farmer. So the burden is shared across everyone. So please let's move to the next slide, please. So what are some of the mitigation strategies that we can employ to reduce some of our greenhouse emission? So the first one is the use of renewable energy or green fleet. So we can use solar or wind energy to run our cold storage, cutting diesel use. We can also optimize our operations. For instance, we can consolidate our loads, we can optimize our routes, we can use high capacity vehicles in order to optimize our operations. So for instance, there's in Kaduna State, several farmers growing tomato consolidate their loads together. So instead of sending their tomato in separate batches, they consolidate all the tomatoes together and send it in a single van. So all the farmers bear the cost of logistics together. Then the next one is waste reduction. So we can avoid food waste by preserving our commodities properly. So we have to look at what packaging material are you using? Is your choice of packaging material causing more danger to the society, or is it causing more harm to your commodities? Let's use the raffia basket, for instance. So in the north, there are studies that have been published that the use of raffia woven baskets increases the quantity of damages incurred on the tomato. But once you switch from the use of raffia woven baskets to reusable plastic crates, you cut the level of post-harvest loss from 30% to about 4 to 5%. And that's a lot of waste saved, because this food waste emits methane gas, and which is one of the greenhouse gases affecting our global society. So generally, mitigation strategy in logistics means doing more with less carbon footprint. So next slide, please. So what are some of the case studies of successful companies who have successfully adopted this adaptation and mitigation strategies with proven success records? The first one is the Soko Fresh Farm in Kenya. They provide off-grid solar-powered mobile cold room to smallholder farmers. And their model is the cooling as a service which allows farmers to refrigerate all their commodities in their cluster areas.
Hi, Tabio. We cannot hear you if you're speaking. Are you there? Hello? Hi, Tabio. I see that you are on the call, but I cannot hear you.
Hello?
Oh, we lost you for a very long time.
Oh, so sorry, my network is poor today.
Sorry about that. All right, please.
Yeah. So let me round up. So some of the companies that have adopted smart adaptation and mitigation strategies and have recorded huge success is the Soko Farm in Kenya, the Cold Hub in Nigeria, the Twiga Food in Kenya and also in Uganda, and Olam. And in conclusion, please next slide. In conclusion, next slide, please. So how as agri as agri as stakeholders in the agricultural value chain, how can we start integrating adaptation? Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
please. We're
please.
losing you at intervals, but we can hear you now.
Okay, so as stakeholders in the agricultural value chain, how can we integrate these strategies into our agribusiness? The first one is you have to start planning. You have to analyze where you are and what are some of the practices that you're doing that what are the practices you're doing that is causing more harm to the society, and what other better alternative can you adopt? Green where possible. You mustn't do it in the big way. You can start with the little things around you. Then you can leverage from the experiences of other agribusiness who have recorded huge success. And in closing, logistics and distribution are the vein of agribusiness. Climate change is a growing threat, but adaptation keeps the system flowing, and smart mitigation makes it very sustainable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tabu. Thank you so much. There are some just very key takeaways I took from this session, and please let's share our key takeaways from this session, both that of Michael and Tabu in the comment section. Let's see how many of us have followed. So for me, there's a very huge difference between adaptation and mitigation, which the two speakers have rightly, pointed out, and then they gave us solutions, adaptation solutions and mitigation solutions, and some of which are making your supply chain bulletproof against climate shocks. That's actually what adaptation does for you. And then some of the solutions they mentioned, mobile solar cold rooms, alternative transport modes, and for mitigation, we have optimizing your operations, circular economy, we have use of renewable energy, and a whole lot of other things. So please let us know in the comment section what is the key takeaway from these sessions for you. So as we are having that in the comment section, if you have questions for either Michael or Tabu, please put up your hands or put the question in the comment section. We'll try to read it out. But if you have a question and you want to speak, raise your hand and then we'll ask you to unmute and ask your question. So I already have 2 hands raised. So I'll just want to count all of the hands raised at once so that we'll take all of the questions. I won't be called. If your hand is not raised now, please don't raise it later. All right, for the speakers. Now that the speakers are available to answer your questions, please raise your hand now and then we'll call you to ask your question, right? So once I start calling people to start asking their question and you raise your hand, we will not treat your question again. So please, if you have a question, kindly raise your hand now. Okay, I'll be going. All right. So if you have a question, raise your hand and we'll ask you to unmute and speak. All right, so I have Moshood Mejigbedu and Vicky Fan Plus. Please let's always use our real names, the names that were applied with for our to log into Zoom, so that the Zoom take our correct, names and all that, rather than using abbreviations or nicknames. Thank you so much. So please, Moshood Mejigbedu, you can unmute and ask your question. Please direct it to the speaker you want to address the question.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I want to speak to the CEO of Ecotutu. Let's, for instance, I observe an opportunity in producing fresh vegetables or fruits that are organically produced, and we want to try and produce products to the market whereby we'll be assuring buyers and consumers that what they are eating does not contain chemicals. Unfortunately, we are having a great challenges after harvest. So we experience a lot of post-harvest losses in watermelon. Watermelon is bulky and is very heavy. Then the issue of sweet corn too. People want it without the without the body being peeled away. And we are thinking of a situation whereby we can also, after we have seen that they've grown to their actual harvestable size, we harvest it. Then we want to store it so that we can now, sell to the people whenever they need it. So I'm trying to ask if we have a cold system that can solve this problem for us, and at what capacity, and which way should we go about it to reduce our post-harvest loss? And at the same time, we'll be making good profit as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Hi, Michael. Hello, Michael. Can you hear us? Okay, so as we wait, Michael, let's have to answer the Moshood's questions. Let's quickly have Vicky Ainin Babasi. I'm sorry if I didn't say that name well. To quickly ask question.
Hello.
All right, Michael. Okay, so Vicky, hold on so that Michael takes the question. Michael, did you hear the question, or you want the person to repeat the question?
I would like that it be repeated. Thank you.
Okay, it's
Sorry,
fine.
I'm shuttling between two calls, so I had to jump on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Moshood, please, you might have to repeat that question again.
Okay,
Moshood.
Mr. Michael, thank you
All
so
right.
much. My question is, I found an opportunity in producing some vegetables, which will be organically produced, and the distance between our farm to the city is a little bit quite distance, and these vegetables are heavy. I'm talking about watermelon. I'm talking about sweet corn with the shaft still remaining in the shaft. So we are looking for a solution whereby after our production can store these things before we now, supply to the markets. At the same time, the solution should also allow us to make a better profit at the end of the day as well.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, some of the solutions that you can leverage were part of the presentations that I made earlier, and I also saw some solutions in Tabil's slides also. But it's dependent on your location. Where are you situated?
I'm around Otta area.
Songwater. So
Songwater, yes.
in the produce that you grow, what markets are you targeting?
Lagos, of course.
Lagos. So which of the markets in Lagos do you supply to, or are you planning to supply to?
We are looking at to supply some corporate farm market like the supermarkets, ShopRite in Lagos, and some some other markets that they will appreciate the organic products. About
Okay.
KJ and the likes.
Okay. So in fact, considering the market and the target customers that you already have, there is a big need to ensure that your produce stay in optimum condition and that they are fresh, because they have stipulated standards for produce that they offtake, right? And in any case, depending on the volumes that you produce, you're going to need to have to find mitigation strategies like applying cold delivery if you are going to, depending on the volumes, if you use a truck or if you can use, cold tricycles to do your deliveries, right? You can also, together with the client, if you have secured them, define ways or define a plan that allows for you to be able to seamlessly move those produce, right? So if you are harvesting, maybe if you are to supply tomorrow or the next, if you are supply tomorrow, maybe you harvest today, right? And then you move straight from farm to them immediately based on the order. Now that can be problematic, but if you are able to access cold storage, right? Unfortunately, Equity 2 is not in that area, the Songwater area yet. But if you're able to access cold storage in that area, or even in the areas that you want to supply to, for example, Equity 2 has cold storage in Mount Wolf, in the Aja axis, in Surulere, and all of those places. So if you can also leverage those locations for storage. So you can harvest, bring it there. There are attendants there that can help you to store, and we also can help you to deliver to those customers once you have formed those relationships. And another thing is, if you already are a client with us, then we also facilitate market linkages. So for some of these customers that you're looking to reach, we already service some of them. So it's easier to make that connection, if you get what I mean. I hope that answers your question.
All right, thank you so much, Michael. So someone also asked a question, and it says, please, I would like to know if Eco22 has cold storage trucks for finished products for interstate delivery.
The simple answer to that is yes. Whether it's finished product, whether it's fresh product, we have cold trucks that we recently just moved potatoes that were shipped in from, I think we were shipped in from Netherlands, right? From Lagos to Jos. And I think that was done for the Sahel, for Sahel. So we typically move products like that across Nigeria, whether it's from Benue, whether it's from Niger, whether it's from Kano. So long as you require that service, we're available to deliver on it.
All right, thank you so much. So Vicky, please go ahead and ask your question.
So good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone from your respective countries. I'm Vicky from Uganda. This side we are in the evening time. So I would like to know, my question goes to the last presenter, the CEO of Teseo. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it well. How can we have contingency plans in place, we as the business owners, and how can we ensure, for me, I'm into animal feeding, we produce animal feeds, and how can we ensure green packaging to our customers as well as not polluting our environment? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Hi, Tabu. Are you on the call?
Then the last one, are we supposed to ask questions about the module right now or the portal right now?
No, we would allow you ask questions on the modules later. Let's just finish with the speaker session first. So Tabu, hi Tabu. Oh, hi Tabu, I've made you a co-host so you are able to unmute yourself. I see that you were not able to unmute.
Hello. Hello,
Okay,
patient.
yes, please go ahead. Did you get the question, or you want the Vicky to repeat her question?
Yes, can she repeat the question?
Okay, please, Vicky, go ahead and repeat this question again. Sorry, the speaker didn't hear you. Hi, Vicky. I'm asking you to unmute.
Okay, I didn't hear the question well.
So she's asking you to repeat your question again because she didn't hear the question.
Okay, I was asking how can I have contagious plans in place for my business, and how can I ensure green packaging? I produce animal feed supplements for livestock farmers, and we do supplements in a powder form, and it becomes hard for us to package in something that is recyclable or that does not pollute to the environment. So how can I ensure that in my business? Thank you.
Sorry, please, can you repeat the last part? You produce animal supplement in powdered form, and I didn't get the last part.
Yeah, I produce animal supplements in a powdered form, and then package it. We package them in sacks. And my question was, is that good for our customers and as well for our environment? How can I ensure green packaging in my business?
Okay. So contingency plans are okay, having like an alternative plan in case if the plan you have doesn't work, what can you fall back on? So it's like, okay, a plan B. So for instance, if you have a loyal customer that buys a specific quantity from you, and maybe that's your major customer, so you make plans in case he doesn't place an order this week. What do you do with the supply you have? So contingency plans are okay, finding alternative buyers around you, looking for other storage options that you can use in preserving the shelf life of your product. So it's just like getting a plan B in case if the original plan doesn't work. Then for the packaging, you could think of using paper bags or more biodegradable packaging material, or you could develop a system where you can reuse your packaging materials. I have a friend that sells cosmetics lip gloss made out of shea butter. So what she does is she encourages her customers to send back the empty lip gloss tube. So that's a way of extending the shelf life of that packaging material um instead of throwing away those plastic into our society. Now she provides an avenue where she can recycle and reuse those packaging materials. So you can either look for biodegradable packaging options, or you could think of reusing your packaging materials, where you encourage your customers to send back empty bags that they have used for recycling.
All right, thank you so much, Tabio. Thank you so much. And Vicky is giving you a thumbs up. I think maybe she got your answer effectively. Thank you so much. So before we let our speakers go, like we always do, we used to have the photo session with our speakers. So I would just encourage that we all put on our videos and our best smiles right now to be able to take the photos with our facilitators. So thank you so much, Michael and Tabio. This is our photo time, and would appreciate that you put on your videos, and yeah, so that we can take some shot with you. And um, this is also an opportunity to take screenshots from your phones or whatever device you're using and all that, post them on any social media channel and, tag us, we'll be there to, repost as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so for putting on your videos and your very beautiful smiles. Thank you so very much. I can see so many videos on. Yeah, thank you. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Michael and Tabu. Thank you for all of the insights that you have shared today. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, Michael, this is not the first time. This is like the second time you're coming for us again. You're coming forth for the Brace program. We appreciate you so much, and we're really grateful for all of the insight, the experiences, and then the impacts that you deliver on the Brace projects. We cannot take this for granted. We do not take it for granted at all. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let our speakers go now. Tabio, thank you so much for such a wonder, and thank you for making us proud, because we know that you're also a Brace alumni and that you have delivered as a Brace alumni that you are. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
So,
thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.
yes.
Bye.
Thank you, Michael. Bye,
Thank you so
Michael.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tabi. Bye. And so
Bye.
quickly we'll go to the modules. But before we go into the modules, I quickly want to share the top scholars for the week. Oh, you think we don't have top scholars? We actually do have top scholars for this week. And I'll quickly, share my screen again and, unveil our top scholars for the week, after which would quickly allow you ask questions on the portal or the modules, because I know some people have questions concerning the modules. But yes, for our top scholars for this week, in no particular order, we have some very wonderful people. We have Kitaka Francis, we have Susan Karibo, we have Shafiu Moriki, Patience at Taliban. If you're a top scholar, start, beating I don't know what you should beat, but use some very beautiful emoji, give us some claps and all of that in the comment section. And if you want to be a top scholar, we still have for week 4, we have for week 5 and week 6. So you still have an opportunity to be a top scholar for the week. So celebrate the top scholars that we have now, so that you would be celebrated when your time comes. So we have Mogabo Fabrice, we have Lende Serena Nidumbaye Kamot. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing the names well. We have Peter, Sandra, Esther, Dennis, Rain, Khadija Ibrahim, Olakomi Odetayo, Nancy Injeri, Yusuf Dabai, Uwakwe Neka, Perpetual Okafor, Aidam Neme Obi, Apollos Ishaku, and Amina Umar. Let us give it up for the top scholars for week 3. Thank you so very much for your consistency and your hard work, and that's only the reason why you are a top scholar for week 3. So we look forward to having more people come up as top scholars for week 4 and then the weeks ahead of us. Thank you so much, everyone, and congratulations, dear top scholars, for the week. Thank you, thank you. So quickly, we'll go to the portal walkthrough. So for portal walkthrough, what I would like to do for this, so that we don't take too much time, is to allow people ask questions. So I will just stop sharing my screen so that I can see people raising their hands and trying to ask questions. So Vicky, who was that had a question concerning the modules? This is the time to raise your hand. If you have a question concerning the portal or the module, we'll ask you to raise your hand and ask your question. Please, I am still waiting for you to raise your hand. I'm not seeing any hand yet. Okay, I have Margaret Wandwe raising the hand. So do we have other people that have questions concerning? Maybe you've not even been able to log in. It's an opportunity to ask questions around that, please. All right, Margaret, please go ahead. I'm asking you to unmute and ask your question.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I just wanna find out, are you gonna send us the presentation?
Yes, we'll send you the presentation for the slide presentation right? Yes, we'll share them with you, actually. So that's not a problem. We'll share with you. All right. So are there other questions? Oh, okay. So it means that we're all moving, no challenge whatsoever with the portal. This is really great to know that nobody's having any challenge with using the portal. And I have like a very huge announcement. Oh, I have to answer it. Okay, so I have a very huge announcement. Let me answer the questions of these people first, and then I'll tell you what the announcement is. Muhammad Lawa, please go ahead and unmute. All right, Muhammad Lawa, please go ahead. I'm asking you to unmute Muhammad. Okay, I think he's having a challenge. Okay, Ahmed Abu Bakr, please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening, please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Yes, Ahmed, please go ahead.
Good evening from my own end here. I'm a participant of this program from Kogi State, Lokoja to be precise. Hello.
Yes, please, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
So I've been attending this live interactive session from the inception of the program, but many a times it's either I join late or I close early because of one thing or the other. So my question basically is this: like the modules we were given to study, I've studied from module 1 to 6, and I think I got about 90% of the total points. Now, does it mean every week, last interview session, we are given another fresh module to study? Because I don't understand. I realize some people are getting like the people who just announced their list now as top scholars. So what is the criteria for enlisting them as top scholars? Does it mean it's every week we have to read another fresh module? So I don't really get, if you can add more light. Thank you.
Yes, please. So for every week, it is not a new module. So if you look at the slides that we put up here, it is still the same topic that you have in the portal, in the modules in the portal. So what we do for Top Scholar is that you have to be able to have completed the module in the portal. So it doesn't matter whether you completed it last week or this week. What is important is that you have completed it and then you have the highest score. So because the system ranks it accordingly. So for people that the first 20 people that have the highest scores are actually the people that the portal will bring. But then additionally, you have to be able to attend the live interactive session, which is this session, to be able to make it to the top, to become a top scholar. So it is not enough to just score the highest score from the assessment attendance in the live interactive session. So that's actually what makes a top scholar. A top scholar needs to score the highest for assessment and also have to have like a good attendance in the live interactive session. I hope that answers your question. Muji Salam, please go ahead.
Hello, good evening, madam.
Good
Hello,
evening,
ma.
please go ahead.
Okay, please, I'm
Please
unable.
go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay, please, I'm unable to log to my portal. How do?
Okay, so have you been logging in before, or this is your first attempt? Can you hear me? Is this your first attempt to log into the portal?
Yes, I've tried before. I've tried it for some weeks ago, but because I'm unable, so when I'm encountering problem with it, so I didn't go there.
Oh, okay. So please, if you are in the WhatsApp group, reach out to any of the admins in the WhatsApp group and share your, your email address. We'll be able to, rectify that for you quickly.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Shamsuddin Bangura, please go ahead. Shamsuddin Bagura, I'm asking you to unmute and go ahead. Okay, if Shamsuddin is not there, Enoch, please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, hello.
Okay, so Shamsuddin, go ahead. Sorry, Enoch would give you time. Let's Shamsuddin go.
Yeah, good afternoon. Sam
Good
Sudi from
afternoon.
To be candid, I'm having an issue with my portal. From the past couple of weeks, I cannot able to access my module. I see. So I have dropped messages on the WhatsApp forum, then no response. I see. So
you
that is
don't have
why I said I should bring this one on
okay,
notice.
so you don't have to wait till the WhatsApp group is open. You can just chat any of the admins there, and we will actually treat your challenge. So please just reach out to any of us in the WhatsApp group, just private chat us, and would rectify whatever issue that you are having. For everyone that have been private chatting us or coming into our DMs, we have always tried our best to rectify whatever issues that they have. Enough, please go ahead now.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm speaking from Ghana. So please, my question is, I'm actually done with my models, but then I want to understand how attendance is being taken because sometimes there are technical issues. So you may come and then leave. So how are you able to take the attendance? Thank you very much.
All right. So once you join the session, Zoom automatically takes your attendance. That's actually why we have always announced that you use your name so that we are able to identify you. So Zoom automatically captures your name and also the time that you have stayed. So if you stayed 2 seconds and your network throws you out, Zoom will record your name and put the time that you stayed 2 seconds. So that's actually how we take the attendance. It automatically done by Zoom. All right, Vitalis Otieno, please go ahead. Vitalis, I'm asking you to unmute and go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
I also had the same issue of the problem in logging in so that I can respond to the questions. And
Okay, so you also have a problem of
I also the issue of network challenge.
Okay, so network challenge with
also
joining the Zoom
issues
session.
of a network challenge. How do you have? Hello?
Yes, please. What did you say? You might have to say that again.
I've said, like the second one, I've said we have had like issues of network challenge. Sometimes you log in after you interact, you listen to the session, then by bad luck, the network logs you out, you log in again. Can that one also affect your attendance in the meeting?
Okay, so once you log in, Zoom has captured it. So even if you log out, log in, network is throwing you around. I understand the network in that. So even if network is throwing you around, as long as you have been able to log in at first attempt, Zoom has captured it already. So you don't have to bother as long as you have attempted to log in or to join. Zoom has captured your attendance. So whether it is 5 minutes, is 1 hour, or it's 20 minutes, or it's 2 hours, Zoom actually captured your attendance, right? So you don't have to worry about that. So quickly, we have Keita Fatumata raising the hand. But before then, please, we'll put up the poll like we always do. And please help us to fill the poll. It's actually what helps us to be able to, make the BRACE project or the program better, the live interactive session. What helps us to be able to make it better is your feedback, your response. So please help us to fill the poll when you see it, because it is actually very important for us to be able to, understand whether it is okay for you, where we need to adjust, where we need to get better. It is only when you fill the poll we're able to, do all of that effectively. So please, the poll is already on your screen. Please help us to, fill the poll, help us to click it and all of that. So I will just leave it on the screen for you to fill while we take the other questions, if there are other questions. This is when we start taking questions. All right, thank you. I see that some people are already filling the poll. Thank you so much. So, I think Fatumata has dropped the hand. All right, so I'll just check the comment section to see if there's any other question here. Oh. Okay, my colleagues have even answered some of the questions in the comment section. That's great. Thank you so much. So I'll just wait to give like a few minutes for you to complete the poll and then we'll move on. So the very big announcement is that for those of you that have completed all courses, that have completed all modules rather, from module 1 to module 6, the certificate is now available for download. So if you have completed all your modules, you can go into the portal now, go to the assessment history page and click on download certificates for you to be able to download certificates. So if you go there now, you'll be able to do that. I'm not saying you should go there now. Please, let's concentrate on the live interactive session. And afterwards, we can get to start downloading our certificates. So thank you so much for those of you that have, completed all the modules. And for those of you that have not completed the modules yet, please, this is not for you to start rushing to complete the modules. Take your time, right? It's a self-paced learning program. You can still take your time and follow it accordingly. So this week is week 4, next week is week 5, and then the 2 weeks time it would be week 6. So you can wait and take your time and do it very well, right? So this is not me saying that rush and go and do the remaining modules and download your certificate. It's just me saying that, oh, the certificate is available for download. Thank you so much. So we have only 76 people have filled the form. Please help us to fill the poll. Please, please, please. I am just going to be here and wait for you to fill out the poll so that we can move on. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen now that the poll is up, but yes, I think I remember all the things I need to say. Okay, so if you have any question, we're still available. We still have some few minutes to take your questions. And if you do not have any question, it's fine. It's completely fine. So for those of you that have challenges logging with login to the portal, please reach out to any of the admins in the WhatsApp group. Or if you're not in the WhatsApp group, because I understand some people are not in the WhatsApp. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, please reach out to us via the Brace email, and would be sure to direct you on what properly. Next week is our next live interactive session. It is week 5 life interactive session, and next week we'll be doing opportunities in climate smart agriculture. This is where we'll be talking about climate financing, climate marketing, carbon market, and all of that. So I'm sure it's going to be, you don't want to miss next week. You don't want to miss next week. So because so many people have been talking about, oh, how do we access the carbon market? Come next week to come and learn how you can access the carbon market. And oops, there's one hand raised. Okay, because I promised I will answer questions. All right, Chimemwe Masala, please go ahead. Please, if you have not filled the poll, please help us and fill it. It's still less than 100 people. Please, let's get it to 100.
Hello.
Thank you. So Chimemwe, go ahead.
Okay, hello. I've just discovered that the poll is for week 2, not week 3. I don't know if it's okay with that.
Oh, sorry, that's a mistake, but it's okay. It's the same question that's going through the whole week, so you can go ahead and still fill it. Sorry about that. That's like a typo error. It's supposed to be 3. 4 rather. Sorry. All right, thank you. Is there any other question? Okay, I'll check the comment section again. Oh, someone is saying congratulations to all our top scholars for the week. Yes, congratulations everyone that came out top scholars for this week. We hope to have you as a top scholar next week, really. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And some people have still not filled the poll. Please help us and fill this poll. Thank you so very much. I'm still waiting. Okay, I think I've added one number. I'm still waiting for you to fill the poll. The only reason why we are still here is because some of you have not filled the poll, otherwise would have ended the session by now. All right, thank you so much. So next week is the live interactive session for module 5. Please go through module 5 in the portal so that you'll be able to follow effectively when the speaker for the week comes, and then you're also able to ask questions. And I hope to have many people give their takeaways during the live interactive session next week. And please, if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, the link is in the email that has been sent to you. Click on that link and you'll be able to join the WhatsApp group. If you have any challenge, like we have mentioned, reach out to any of the admins in the WhatsApp group, and we'll be very happy to help you with whatever challenge that you are facing. And please, you can share your key takeaways on social media and tag African Food Chain Makers. I'll be very happy to repost and all that. And when we share the top scholars post for the week, please like, share, and comment on it. That's actually very important. And when you post it on your social media pages as well, please tag us. We'd like to repost. Thank you so much, everyone. I still have less than 100 that have filled the poll. Please, let's fill out the poll. And yeah, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm sure you don't want your time to be wasted. Please, let's fill the poll. Let's fill the poll and vote allow us for today. Okay, I think one person have added again to that poll, but we still have, oh yeah, 2 persons. Just 2 more persons and we'll be done. Please, if you have not filled the poll, please fill it. We have close to 130 people on the call, and we still have less than 100. Okay, we have 100 now. Okay, I promise that at 100, I'll let everyone go. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for participating in today's live interactive session. We meet again next week for week 5 live interactive session. Do have a very great day and great weekend. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.